Hey Brian, last night you asked me how to tie my EP bait fish, so here's a video showing you how. So first off, what I like to do is I like to take this, it's called EP Sparkle, same, it's puglisi, it goes along with the EP fiber, which comes in these little bunches here. I'll pull off a bunch of the EP fiber and I'll work the sparkle into it. And then cut it into sections. I'll start off with longer sections, about 2 to 3 inches, a couple of those, and then just work down to little 1-inch sections. Do the same with the other color. Okay, I've got my hook. Shank is wrapped and glued. That's the hook right there. Just pick them up at Walmart. They're not too expensive and they work just fine. All right. So I've got this. I take a longer section, lay it down on the top of the hook shank, kind of mash it down so it kind of goes around the hook shank a little bit, and I tie it in. You start off with loose wraps just to get it in place and then tighten it down. Then you take a longer section of your belly color, flip the hook over, and I just lay this along the side of the hook shank and tie it in. Okay? Then I take a bodkin or my scissors and try to split it along the hook bend there. It's much easier than trying to put the loose material on and then split it around the hook. Just tie it to one side and then split it after it's tied in. Okay? Flip it back over. And then another long section of the EP material. Just a couple wraps. And then flip it again. Grab another section of your belly color. Loose wraps. Oh, come on there. Sometimes it's stubborn. Get on there. There it is. Tie it in and split it. You may be asking, why am I not gluing this right now? I like to be able to mash it around a little bit and blend it along the hook shank there. If I glue it immediately, it doesn't really work out that well. But, all right, just keep going with the process. Okay, so that's all the EP material you need to tie in. Sometimes you end up with a bunch of these little fuzzies sticking off the end. I just zap it real quick with the lighter, melts them away. Just be careful not to burn your thread. All right, whip finish. Okay, so all the EP material is tied in. Just kind of fluff it out a little bit. Then trim it. Just trim it to shape, then kind of readjust it a little bit and retrim it until you've got pretty good natural shape. Okay, back on the vise. Reattach your thread. This is the point where we add the glue. Just kind of separate the fibers to kind of expose the hook shank, and then just dab it in along your hook shank. That'll seal everything right there. Hold it all in place pretty well. Okay. Next, flash. I don't know what brand this is. It's Flashaboo. It's nice white. Take a good amount of that. It's probably 10 strands. Grab it at either end, up top, tie it in, then bring it back to about there and pull it so that it lines up with the shank. That glue that's on the shank will kind of help to hold it in place a little bit. Okay. Now, eyeballs. Use really any eye you want. EP makes these nice dome eyes. I tend to like them a lot. I'm out of the large ones, so we'll go to these medium-sized ones. They come in these little dumbbells, which you can tie on just like Clouser dumbbells, but I like to just separate the eyes from the dumbbell shank and just glue them directly on. All right. Dab of glue. And put the eyeball on. Dab of glue. Eyeball. Make sure they are lined up with each other. And then just go crazy with that glue. All right, while that's drying, we work on the weed guard. Get about a 3-inch section of hard 30 mono. Turn it so that it's a U or a U pointing up. Pinch it with the flat part of your pliers so that it sits like that, not like this, but like that, and bend it. Use that kink to continue bending it. So basically what we end up with is mono sits like this and it curls. The natural curl of mono curls back towards the hook point. That kind of helps to direct whatever weeds it runs into away from the hook point. Put it on there and then we just tie it in. Trim those. And then we just glue the shit out of it and he's ready to go. Okay, and that's it. EP Baitfish. Enjoy.